At the very start of the story, we are introduced to a strikingly beautiful woman named Alice, who has just turned 40. For the past 8 years, Alice has been working for a well-known fashion magazine based in Paris. Her life revolves almost entirely around her career. She is fully dedicated to climbing higher and higher on the professional ladder. However, her sharp tongue, bitter attitude, and somewhat old-fashioned outlook on work have become major roadblocks to her progress. Because of these traits, she hasn't been able to secure a promotion in the last 4 years, despite all her hard work. Alice's personal life is just as complicated. She is divorced from her husband and lives with her young daughter. But due to her demanding job, she rarely gets time to spend with her child. Every morning before heading to the office, she drops her daughter off at her sister's home, where the little girl spends most of her day. Alice, despite being surrounded by people at work, feels an intense loneliness in her life. She doesn't have time for relationships, for herself, or even for moments of peace. One day, Alice travels to Brazil for an important assignment for her company. After completing her work there, she boards a flight back to Paris. On that return journey, she crosses paths with someone who will soon turn her life upside down. His name is Adam, a young man of 20, currently pursuing his college studies. Initially, Adam had a seat booked in the economy section of the plane, but due to some last-minute seating issues, the airline staff shifts him to business class. By sheer coincidence, the seat assigned to him is right next to Alice's. For Adam, sitting in a business class seat is an entirely new and thrilling experience. While he takes in the luxury of his upgraded spot, Alice is fully focused on her laptop, working through documents as if the world around her doesn't exist. The flight continues uneventfully until the landing phase, when suddenly the plane encounters heavy turbulence. The cabin shakes violently, and Alice, momentarily gripped by fear, instinctively reaches out and grabs Adam's hand. For Adam, this is a completely unexpected moment. Inside, he feels a surge of excitement. This is the first time in his life that a woman, especially someone so beautiful and sophisticated, has held his hand like this. That brief touch plants the first seeds of attraction in his heart. Soon after, the plane lands safely. As passengers begin to disembark, Alice quickly gathers her belongings and prepares to leave. Adam desperately wants to strike up a conversation, but before he can, Alice simply gives a polite bye and walks away. It's at that moment Adam notices something. Alice's pen drive has fallen and is lying under her seat. He picks it up and hurries out of the airport in hopes of returning it to her. But by the time he reaches outside, Alice has already driven off in her sister's car, leaving Adam standing there with the pen drive still in his hand. On the way home, Alice's sister casually mentions a doctor she knows, suggesting that Alice should meet him. She believes Alice should remarry and start a new chapter in life. But Alice shuts the idea down immediately. She has no interest in marriage. Her refusal frustrates her sister, who genuinely wants to see her settle down with a good man. The next day, Alice is back at her office. Her colleagues, however, are not exactly fond of her. Many dislike her blunt, cold demeanor and often gossip behind her back. The only exception is one male colleague who genuinely supports her and stands by her in every situation. That day, another staff member informs Alice that a young man named Adam had called, saying he wanted to speak to her. Alice, however, dismisses it immediately, saying she doesn't know anyone by that name. Later, Alice goes to her boss's office to once again push for a promotion. But instead of agreeing, her boss gives her a rather blunt assessment. He tells her that her articles feel outdated and no longer hold the audience's interest. If she can't bring something fresh and exciting to the table soon, he warns, he might have to let her go. This news weighs heavily on Alice's mind. That night, she stays late at the office, brainstorming ideas on how to create content that's new, engaging, and relevant. While sorting through her desk, she comes across the note from the staff member about Adam, the same boy who had mentioned a pen drive. In that instant, she remembers exactly what happened on the plane and realizes that the pen drive she lost is the same one Adam has. Knowing how important the data on it is, she immediately calls him. When Adam answers, he's at a bar with his friends. He casually tells her to come there to collect it. Alice doesn't have a choice. She heads straight to the bar. Outside, Adam greets her and takes her inside, introducing her to his group of friends. Coincidentally, 2 girls from Alice's office are also there, and they are shocked to see her with Adam. Alice, however, is in no mood for small talk. She asks Adam directly for the pen drive, but Adam says it's at his house, so they'll have to go there to get it. They step outside, and Adam offers her a ride on his scooter. This makes Alice hesitate. She has never sat on a scooter before. Seeing her awkwardness, Adam hands her a helmet. She struggles to put it on properly, and Adam steps forward to help. From a certain angle, the 2 girls from her office spot them at that exact moment, and it appears to them as if Alice and Adam are sharing a kiss. They secretly snap a photo and later post it online. When Alice and Adam arrive at his house, Adam's father is there. Adam, wanting to spend more time with Alice, deliberately delays handing over the pen drive. They chat for a while, and eventually he gives it to her. As she gets ready to leave, Adam offers to drop her off on his scooter, but Alice declines, saying she'll call a cab instead. Before she leaves, Adam gathers the courage to ask if they can go out for coffee sometime. Alice doesn't give a clear answer. She just smiles, thanks him, and walks away. The following day at the office, Alice notices that her colleagues are staring at her strangely. Confused, she asks one of them what's going on. That's when a coworker shows her the photo from the night before, the one that makes it look like she and Adam were kissing. Someone had posted it online, and now everyone is talking about it. Alice knows it's just a misunderstanding, but she also realizes that the gossip has already taken on a life of its own. Surprisingly, her boss is thrilled when he sees the picture. He tells Alice he loves this new look of hers. She tries to deny that there's anything going on, but he brushes her off. He says this is exactly what the magazine needs, something exciting, spicy, and intriguing. He points out that Adam is much younger than her, and that this makes things even more interesting. The magazine targets a young audience, and if she is seen dating someone from that generation, it will make her seem more relatable and connected to youth culture. He urges her to keep this relationship going, saying it could help boost magazine sales. Alice is initially against the idea of dating a man much younger than herself. She talks about it with her trusted male friend at work, who tells her that if she plays along with this, the boss might be pleased enough to finally give her the promotion she's been chasing for years. At the same time, he warns her that using someone's emotions and lying to them isn't right. But Alice, blinded by her desire for career success, doesn't think too deeply about the moral side. She makes up her mind. She will use Adam to further her ambitions. The next day, Alice meets Adam again, this time with a strikingly different appearance. She has changed her style, and Adam is clearly stunned. He can't take his eyes off her. Alice flirts with him, and the two begin talking more openly. Adam can hardly believe that he's actually spending time with her. That night, Alice takes Adam to one of her friend's shows. She deliberately acts in a way that makes it obvious to everyone around them that she's dating a man 20 years younger. At the show, her friend, who is also the host, comes up to her and touches her in a way that is far from professional. Adam doesn't like it one bit. He starts making sarcastic jokes about the show to lighten his irritation, and Alice laughs at his comments. This clearly insults her friend, who walks away offended. Later, Alice and Adam sit together and talk. Adam admits that he never imagined they would meet under such unusual circumstances, let alone that they'd be going out together. He tells her that he knows she is divorced and has a daughter, but insists that none of that matters to him. Alice tells Adam that they need to understand each other better before moving forward. Just as she's speaking, her phone rings. It's her sister. Over the line, her sister says, "I've invited that doctor to the house, the one I told you about before. I really want you to meet him, so come home quickly." Alice doesn't want to go at all, but out of respect for her sister's feelings, she decides not to argue. Instead, she lies to Adam, telling him, "My daughter isn't feeling well, so I need to go home right away." Hearing this, Adam's expression changes instantly. His face is filled with concern. Without wasting a moment, he quickly calls for a taxi and helps Alice get inside. This small gesture makes Alice pause for a moment, realizing just how much genuine care Adam has for her. When Alice reaches home, she finds her sister, her brother-in-law, and the doctor already there, waiting for dinner. The evening starts politely, but Alice, who has been drinking, slowly becomes loose-tongued. In her slightly intoxicated state, she begins asking the doctor odd, uncomfortable, and somewhat inappropriate questions. Her words offend him, and eventually, the doctor leaves, clearly unimpressed. Meanwhile, Alice remains focused on her main goal, winning her boss's approval to secure the long-awaited promotion. But no matter what she does, nothing seems to be working. Determined to make an impression, she decides to take Adam with her to an upcoming fashion show where both her boss and the company's CEO will be present. At the event, the show is in full swing, with models confidently walking down the ramp. Suddenly, one of the models stumbles and falls. Before anyone else can react, Adam rushes forward to help her to her feet. The CEO notices his quick and thoughtful action, and a look of admiration crosses her face. She's clearly impressed by him. After the show, a party follows. Adam and Alice join in, sipping drinks and moving to the rhythm of the music. As they dance, their bodies draw closer and closer, the atmosphere between them growing charged. But just before anything significant can happen, Alice notices a group of girls discreetly taking pictures of them. Alarmed, she quickly grabs Adam's hand and leads him outside before any gossip can spark. Adam then offers to drop her home on his scooter. They ride together through the night air, and when they finally arrive at her house, Adam leans in, clearly about to kiss her. But Alice steps back, avoiding the moment, and quietly goes inside. Adam is left feeling as though he has missed his chance to get close to her. A few days later, Adam decides to visit Alice's home again. Upon arriving, he learns from her that her daughter is at her aunt's place. Without hesitation, Adam pulls her into a kiss. This time, Alice doesn't resist. She can't stop herself. The two give in to their emotions, and the moment turns intimate. The following morning, the reality of what happened weighs heavily on Alice. She feels guilty and tells Adam to leave. But outside, rain is pouring heavily, and Adam ends up staying until it stops. It's during this time that Alice's sister and daughter unexpectedly return home. Thinking quickly, Alice introduces Adam as her colleague, handing him a pile of files to make it believable. Adam begins to leave, but just as he reaches the door, Alice calls him back. Without saying anything, she kisses him. This kiss changes everything. It's clear that Alice has now truly started to like Adam. What began as a pretend relationship to impress her boss has quietly transformed into genuine affection. From then on, Adam and Alice begin going out together more often. Adam surprises her with spontaneous outings, takes her to new places, and makes her laugh. Alice finds herself loving every moment they spend together. Slowly but surely, deep feelings develop between them, and both are happier than they've been in a long time. One day, while they're together, Adam suddenly asks, "You're beautiful, you're wealthy, so why did you choose me?" His question catches Alice off guard. She doesn't know how to answer because, deep down, she knows the truth. She didn't choose him at first for love, but for her own benefit. Yet now, she truly loves him and can't imagine life without him. A few days later, Alice finally gets the promotion she had been fighting for. She's thrilled, but her happiness is mixed with uncertainty. Thoughts of Adam fill her mind, and she starts questioning whether she should continue the relationship. When they meet again, Adam looks her straight in the eye and says, "I love you very much, and I want to marry you." The words shock Alice. She tells him, "Adam, we're very different. I'm 20 years older than you. You still have so much to see and do in life. We can't take this relationship forward. I love you too, but I have so many responsibilities, my daughter, my work. What will people say about us? Maybe it's better if we stop here." Adam refuses to accept this, but Alice stands firm. She turns and walks away, leaving him behind. Deep inside, Alice knows that at first she only used Adam as a stepping stone to get her promotion. But now, she genuinely loves him. Still, her responsibilities and her fear of what society might say push her to create distance between them. Away from Adam, she feels a hollow loneliness. She tries to move on, but his absence weighs on her every day. Adam feels the same. He confides in his father, pouring out his pain. His father listens quietly before saying, "When I was your age, I also fell in love. These things happen, son, but life doesn't stop. You have to keep moving forward." Days pass, and at Alice's office, the CEO comes in to personally review the magazine's next cover photo. But she dislikes the current concept and says she wants a completely new, fresh male face, someone the audience hasn't seen before. Her eyes wander across the room and land on Alice's laptop screen, where the wallpaper is a photo of Adam. The CEO immediately recognizes him as the same young man who helped the fallen model at the fashion show. Excited, she declares that Adam should be the new face of the magazine. Hearing this, Alice feels uneasy. She doesn't want to meet Adam again. It's too painful. But her boss insists, leaving her no choice. She calls Adam, sends him messages, but he doesn't reply. At home, Adam is sitting with a drink in his hand, ignoring her calls, nursing his heartbreak. In frustration, Alice decides to go to his house in person and convinces him to come outside with her. Adam, thinking this is about their relationship, starts to feel a spark of hope. But Alice tells him plainly, "You have to model for the magazine. You'll work with beautiful girls, you'll get paid. It's a great opportunity." The words sting. Adam realizes she's here for work, not love. Anger flashes in his eyes as he says, "I don't want to meet you. It's better we never see each other again." He walks away, leaving Alice standing there. On the day of the photo shoot, everyone is waiting for Adam to arrive. Alice is tense. If he doesn't show up, her job might be on the line. Just as the pressure mounts, Adam walks in. Despite his feelings, he still loves Alice enough to not let her career collapse. He's taken to the makeup room to get ready, but before the shoot begins, Alice's friend approaches him. Looking guilty, the friend says, "I have to tell you something. It was me who advised Alice to have a fake relationship with you so she could get her promotion." The words hit Adam like a punch to the chest. In that moment, the truth becomes painfully clear. What he thought was love had started as nothing more than an act. Still, he walks out onto the floor and, in front of everyone, pulls Alice into a kiss. Then he goes ahead with the shoot. But posing doesn't come naturally to him. The photographer keeps giving him directions, which only frustrates him more. Eventually, he throws in the towel and decides to leave. Alice rushes after him, trying to convince him to stay, but Adam's hurt spills out. "I loved you from the heart, and you used me for your benefit." Without waiting for her reply, he walks away, and Alice is left devastated. Her boss doesn't hold back either. He fires her on the spot. Now, Alice is completely alone. She can't escape Adam's memory. It follows her everywhere. She finally understands that her career means nothing compared to the person she truly loves. Determined, Alice goes to Adam's college. In front of all his classmates, she stands and says loudly, "I've stopped thinking about my future, and I don't care what society will think about us. I only want you. I love you, and I want to be with you." Her voice trembles as she apologizes for everything she's done. Adam looks at her for a long moment. Despite all the pain, he still loves her. Slowly, he steps forward, takes her face in his hands, and kisses her, forgiving her completely. From that day forward, they are together, truly happy, without hiding from the world. And with that, The movie closes on a hopeful note.